Walk me through the diversification model for you in car washes, and then what are the other two core assets?
Okay, so the most extreme difference between two asset classes, when we talk about diversification, probably those two would be ATMs versus self-storage.
Okay.
ATMs, very heavy on, very aggressive cash flow stream, very aggressive on the tax side, wipe out big chunks of your tax liability using ATMs and taking that bonus depreciation. But then there's no equity appreciation.
Right.
On the self-storage side, our business model is we buy from a mom and pop operator, and then oftentimes we're taking a 50 or 60,000 square foot facility and we're adding 20 or 30,000 square feet of climate control. So it's a heavy value add.
Yeah.
And so we're spending money during the hold. You're not making a ton of money during the hold. Pretty modest cash flow play. It's also a pretty modest tax play. But
Okay.
what we've seen and what we've experienced is heavy appreciation, equity appreciation. We make most of our money when we sell. And the last roll up that we did, you're talking 30, 31% annualized returns on that investment.
Wow.
But that's the difference. So you're talking, when I sit down and talk to an investor, I want to know what's important to you. If you're
Yeah.
making a couple hundred grand a year and you're good on the cash flow side, but you want to build some long-term equity, okay, there's an asset class that might work for you. If you're paying a lot of tax, okay, let's take a look at that. And I really help them do what I do for myself first.
Yeah. You let them guide you to the answer, right? Because to your point,
Sure.
there's a solution to every problem. And so if you are looking for, hey, I want to retire and I want to get a lot of cash flow, then ATMs may be a good asset, right? Where does car washes fit in there? Because it sounds like they're more of a development play or development. And then is it more of an appreciation and then cash flow later? Or how does that typically fit into your spectrum of cash flow, appreciation, tax?
Yeah, within 5 years, we expect to have somewhere between 70 and 100 car washes built. Like I said, we've got 14 active construction sites going on right now. So really the play in car washes is very aggressive on the cash flow side. You get
Okay.
these up and stabilized, you can make some real cash flow. It's also aggressive on the tax side. I don't know if you know this, but there's something that's very unique to only two real estate asset classes that I know of, and that is car washes and gas stations. The only two buildings where you can actually deduct or take the depreciation on the building at the same speed you can take the depreciation on the equipment. So you don't
Interesting.
have to do a cost seg study. The building is considered equivalent. Well, the building you can write off the same pace as the equipment inside the building.
Yeah.
So you could build the building and take 80% bonus depreciation in year one, 100% overall. So very aggressive on the tax side, very aggressive on the cash flow side. And what we've seen is the institutional appetite that's trying to get a make an entry into the tunnel car wash space. It's
Mm.
very aggressive. You got institutions that are desperately trying to get their foot in the door in the space, and it's very hard because it's so fragmented. Of the 60,000-ish car washes that are out there, there's only about a tiny percentage of those car washes that are actually owned by an institution, or there's a tiny fraction of those car washes or those owners that own three or more. Most
Oh,
of them
got
are
it.
three or less. So it's very hard for an institution to come in and really take a position,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because they want to
They're
come
gonna
in and
roll up
write
a
a,
bunch of those
yep,
mom and pops. Yeah.
yep. They want to come in and take a position. But if you roll up 30 different mom and pops, you're liable to end up with 15 different kinds of equipment run on 15 different kinds of software. And it's a total cluster.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing is we're building Tommy's Express car washes. It's some of the best equipment, some of the best software, some of the best technology in the space. And we're getting it set up to where we're building a business that we would hate to sell, but we'd be crazy not to, because we're seeing some of these institutions, we're seeing some of these exit multiples, 20x plus,
Yeah.
20 times EBITDA plus. And so that's got us excited. I saw this play out in the self-storage space. Like I told you, we had a roll up almost 2 years ago. We rolled up 26 of our properties and sold them to a REIT out of Chicago. So I know what it's like when you've got institutions that are getting really excited about a specific asset class.
Yeah.
And we see that developing in the car wash space, and we're excited about it.